continuing exactly at the obnoxious murderer man, where we left off. So let's go get fucking murdered again. Jerkface. Also talking about the fact that there are actual trans characters in the Imperial Legend series. My hand was literally nowhere near the mouse. At all. At all. Let me use a medkit. Maybe. Unlike the Murderbot Diaries, where the only characters we have that are... We only have a few non-binary characters, most of whom are genital-less robots and cyborgs, which is the only reason that they are non-binary, because Martha Wells is a bio-essentialist bigot who thinks your genitals equal your gender. So of course the fucking robots and enslaved cyborgs who don't have any genitals can't have gender, because that's how bigots think. And then we have two token explicitly non-binary in some way characters, but we don't get to fucking know anything about them, or their culture, or anything. So as far as we fucking know, the Rami, whose gender identity is Tercera, which translates to third, and the pronouns are T-ter, based on Tercera, literally the word for third, and the other person,
I know someone's in here.
Hide behind the stairs. And then outside in a freaking locker. Outside in a locker.
That's all
now.
I want. Calm down in there. You can't fuck.
We don't get to know anything about their culture, so we don't know if these people are like actually non-binary and transgender in the way that queer people are. Why are you coming over here to stand?
I went to a lot of trouble to secure this place.
Go away! Nobody likes you because you're a murderer.
Wonder what the kids are doing right now.
Thinking, wow, sure glad that guy's not here. He's a fucking murderer. I'll wait until he does the whole little cycle of saying, you're not going anywhere, blah, blah, blah. We don't know anything about Tercera, and especially because the gender is literally just third.
You're not going anywhere.
We don't know if Rami actually got to choose that, or if the more likely option for everything Martha Wells has ever written
Show
is
yourself,
more
and I'll
likely
make it
to
quick.
just be a third gender you get assigned at birth.
Why the hell
And
did
it's
I
like,
agree to come out?
If Martha Wells is even aware that intersex people exist, it could literally just be the gender that you get assigned at birth if you're clearly intersex at birth, which is not progressive. That's not how you be progressive about gender. And if you have read the Imperial Legend series, it's like there is a society in there where they do have three genders, but they're not assigned at birth. Children are all referred to with gender-neutral pronouns, and then whenever you decide which gender you want to be, you just get to pick it, and that's your gender now. That's how that works in that society. They have men, they have women, and they have nemen, and the nemen use em pronouns. Are those ones Spivak? Do you know? These are some old neo-pronouns. Might be called Spivak pronouns, or that might be the ones that are am. But this, you just say E, like the letter E.
Wonder
E's
what the
over
kids
there.
are doing right now.
That's M. And I don't know if I should say more. You haven't read that yet. Alright. Yeah, this is a society where you have 3 accepted genders. And you pick your gender literally whenever the fuck you decide. Usually around puberty, but we even get a character who takes a lot longer than that to pick. And and you might be thinking, okay, but how is that better? A, people get a choice in it, and furthermore, I won't well, I guess it's already clear who it is once you start reading it. But there's also a
Someone
character
must know what's going on.
within this culture who's instead of being non-binary, not one of the binary genders, not part of the gender binary, this character figures out over the course of the book that they are non-trinary. And this is all just in the background, and you have to actually be paying attention and using your brain to see this. But it's like the clearest thing ever. And I was literally cheering this fucking character on while I was reading the book, because you get little hints here and there. It's Anne Lecky's dropping hints that this person's genderqueer. And then as the book progresses, we just get more and more hints. And like, this is how you do an actual unreliable narrator, because this genderqueer character, who's non-trinary, is not the protagonist. The protagonist is not aware of any of this shit going on, because she is a cis girl. She has never thought about gender. She knew she was a girl even before she picked, and all of this stuff. Like, she is oblivious.
That's all I want.
And yet we, the audience, are still picking up on everything the author is dropping, despite the protagonist not having a single clue. It's like hysterical. It is so funny. She is so oblivious. But Anne Leckie, this is how you actually write a flippin'. It's so funny, and it's just so easy to do if you actually give a shit and actually want to write something that's good quality.
This place creeped me out even before it all went to shit.
Like, it's never...
How do I get off
This is how you do an actual unreliable narrator. Because the thing that makes a narrator unreliable, because people love pretending that Murderbot is an unreliable narrator to justify literally every single instance of bigotry and bad writing within the book series. The thing that makes a narrator unreliable
what the kids are doing right now.
is that the narrative contradicts them. The other characters factually, objectively contradict them. And this doesn't have to be done where the character, the protagonist that is, the narrator.
I just need to see the family again.
You don't need
That's
to
all I
have
want.
somebody explicitly tell a lie for the narrative to contradict them. And also, this story isn't even in first-person perspective, but we still have an unreliable, I'm just calling it unreliable narrator, even though it's not in first-person perspective. We have an unreliable viewpoint character, but that's a lot more words than unreliable narrator. So I'm just going to say that. The protagonist, she is oblivious to any gender troubles at all, because she barely had to think about it before she knew she was a girl and decided on that, and has never looked back. But the author actually cares about what she is writing about, and puts actual thought and quality and depth into all of this, so that despite our protagonist not noticing a single thing, it is so clear what is going on with this other character. Because the author wants you to notice, you are meant to notice, because writing is always done with purpose. If it's lazily written, it's done with very shallow purpose. It's freaking A, mouse. Don't do that to me. It's still done with purpose. If you...
This place creeped me out even before it all went to shit.
Like, it's so easy. And it's so funny. I literally, when we got to the end of this book, the protagonist still has not noticed a single thing, because she's the token cis girl. Everybody else around her is trans in one way or another. Let's push some buttons, try not to get shot.
No, what did you do?
I won't say sorry to this guy.
Someone there? It's you or me?
Well, we could have teamed up, man. I have to sneak so I be quiet. Fuck. Unless it's just doing that. I'm scared now. I'm scared. I think it was just doing that to scare me. It didn't actually see me. It's fine. I'm just gonna do this bullshit where the music is like, oh, you're spotted, to scare you out of cover like a fucking rabbit. You can't catch me, bitch. Now, Mr. Android, go walk down there so I can go past you. There you go. Disappeared. Oh! Okay, we're still good. It's just walking very fast. It's not fair. Okay, so I have to wait. Do I have to push the damn middle buttons again? Yeah, I do. Let's go, 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 go. Now all the lights are gonna turn on. Can I get back in the fucking elevator, guys? I would like to do that. Nope. I have to move this thing. It's making my arm hurt. Okay. Yeah, there's so many, like, this doesn't make sense unless you've read Arthurian Legend, but Martha Wells, the other person was like doing this to hide, so I don't know if it does anything.
Why not ask me about Sevastopol's safety protocols?
Nope, we're good. Nope.
Let me help you.
Push the E button. Smack. Wrong button. Smack. Smack. E button. E button. E button.
This isn't the answer.
Yes, it is. Violence is the answer. You rude. Let me kill you with my invisible hammer. Fuck you, man. Can I use the damn stun baton? Can I do anything? Nope. Give me the stun baton. Game, are you fucking serious right now? Sure, let me just stand here. Can I use the stun baton? Fuck. Oh my god, you're so annoying. I am not. This goddamn computer. I have a left mouse button and a right mouse button like any other fucking laptop, and it is just deciding it's going to click the opposite of the one I am actually fucking clicking on right now. Can I use the fucking stun baton, you goddamn Give me the fucking button! Oh my god. So annoying. Because I'm on novice mode. Like, I'm literally clicking the left mouse button. The right mouse button is what does this god. Gimme. And now I missed. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. Give me the fucking stuff! So annoying! Why do I have to recharge this? Shut up, man. Shut the fuck up. Where is this fucking jerk face?
This is a safety breach.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I think it's a fucking dead end.
Protected area compromised.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I didn't know you can search them. Fuck you. The save machine is playing a little song. Oh, no, there's a radio. Gas torch! That was so irritating. Like, I'm literally not even scared. It's just infuriating that every time I click the goddamn right mouse. Yeah, this is. Don't buy. What did I say? This computer stupid flippin' designation was. This is like a Dell 5G or G5. One of those two. 1558 or something like that. Don't get one. It's shit. It's literally got a really regular fucking trackpad, mouse pad. But then it was literally just clicking the exact opposite mouse key. And then, as you have seen, if you've been watching these, I will have my fan, and it will just do that shit. When I'm not even clicking. It is so fucking irritating. At least I can make another fucking medkit. After this fucking waste of so much shit. That was so irritating. It would have been 5 times less irritating if the game would have just fucking let me push the correct buttons. Anything else I can make. Fuck this android in particular. Anything else I can steal, guys? Computer. Restart transit. Listen, you crazy bastard, you think that thing gets around in a fucking transit car? You're sitting on an override that'll disconnect the transit from Apollo, so fucking pull it. You can stop all this bullshit just by pulling a lever. You think you're safer with the transit powered down, but we're trapped like rats. For God's sake, help us. Double-crossed. Got a heads up for you, jackass. Don't even think about throwing in with Sinclair and the Seegson security guys. I told them it was you that killed Morrison. If they see you, they'll shoot on sight. You should have let me join you in your bolt hole. You won't last a week. Nothing else. Let's go with this guy, jackass murderer guy. We could have just been friends and teamed up, but no. Serving his body around here. Wasn't he like up here? Okay, I guess he just disappeared. Now let's go save him. Anyways, I think I was saying that there's actual trans characters in the Imperial Raj series. That's in Providence. I think it's Provenance, from whence you come, because that's the whole plot of it. It's a political drama, where the whole thing is, well, you'll just find out if you read it. Ooh, what's that? Oh, scrap. Okay, let's get that kit. Use this stupid thing. Yeah. The keys to cut the panel. For this, you just use the arrow key in the direction that you're pointing until it gets to the end, and then push the next one. So that's easy. It's just gonna take a long time. Super Ricky! Just don't smush your feet. That would suck. Turn on the flashlight. Is there nothing in here? Oh, okay.
Ripley, this is Waits. The transit's here and we're waiting on you.
Take it. I had some trouble, so it's gonna take me a while to get back.
We can wait.
Taylor can't. I can catch the next car.
Your call.
Buttons for me to push. Collect sensor. Let's play some audio.
Claire, we need supplies. Take what you can from whoever you want. I found an area in habitation where we can seal ourselves in and wait for rescue. I've got guys welding vents shut and shutting off elevators. Plan is to make it watertight. There's no room for more people in the sanctuary, but we can make space for their food, meds, water, and guns. If we're gonna get everyone through this alive, there's no room for pity.
What a jerk face. ID tag. Rewire. Yeah, let's just turn off the air conditioner. We don't need it. Use lever. V down. Yay, we're back at this place. Can I move? Wow. Just stand
Ripley,
there.
we heard voices as we left. Watch yourself.
Save before they get here. Unless they're friendly. I am all for having fun and making friends. Say the habitation tower. Habitation tower. Why do I keep getting stuck? Yeah, none of the series that inspired Martha Wells to write the Murderbot Diaries are like the Murderbot Diaries because they have everything.
Anyone else catch that? Take a look around. You're outnumbered.
Maybe he's found going our way off this.
Last chance to back off.
What? What? You guys are the ones approaching me. How are you telling me to back off? Then fuck you. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Fuck you. Like, I'm reloading. This is not fair. I'll just push the button and then hide behind the pillar and then run in when they get here. Because fuck these guys. Literally, just fucking jerks. I guess I'll hide here. Hide in the closet. Let's do that. I don't think they can steal my train. Also, I love the graffiti that turns Apollo into a frowny face. It's delightful. And
Maybe he's found a better site to raid. Keep
Or
it
a way
together,
off
or
this
we can get through
fucking
this.
That, today's the day we finally seal ourselves into the habitation decks.
Not yet. Speaking of graffiti, I have been reminded that, like, in book 6, no, that's book 5. See, I get them mixed up because of the shitty purgatory
But it was
we're
your
all
idea,
trapped
not
in.
mine.
Because Martha Wells clearly doesn't actually want to write the series anymore, but has to. Because she keeps signing up for traditional publishing contracts, even when
Let's
she
go
doesn't
find
like
Sinclair.
them, even
No way
though
we
she
should be
could just
splitting
do.
up. Safety in numbers.
Remind me why
Not
I
even
agreed
sure
to
that
this
anymore.
contract.
That thing is unstoppable.
Give me one clear shot. I'll stop the fucker.
There's play music in here. Yeah, in book 5, it's just really random that Murderbot hates it when people do graffiti on corporate logos or something. It's just like, it really fucking viscerally hates it, and it's like, oh, maybe it's because I'm an object. It's just so weird and random. It does not make sense for the character. It's just weird. Yeah, anything that you read Martha Wells saying she was inspired by to write the Murderbot Diaries, she hasn't said alien.
Station serving the Solomon's Galleria Mall, Colonial Marshal Bureau, and Seegson Habitation Suites.
I'll assume that's a train noise and not a xenomorph coming to kill me noise. Just remember not to use the mouse until the thing actually pops up.
Ripley, we're in the Marshal Bureau. Just turn right at the top of the stairs. You can't miss it.
No
Well,
welcome
I
committee?
can. I don't
Just
know
get up
left
here.
or right.
Wait's out.
Oh, I was referencing, haha, yeah, fuck the marshals. Yeah, genuinely, it's literally their job to protect people, and they just suck at it. Looking at their wanted posters. Somebody wrote, fuck the marshals on their door. Haha.
Calm down. Calm down. You're safe now. Waits has a plan.
A plan? Really?
His fucking plans haven't done us much good so far.
You have an unsecured vent in here. What do you mean you're safe?
Maybe we'll be safe here.
Was that you?
For now,
Did you
anyway.
get the transit running? Nice work.
Thank you. Do you have a name? Nope, no name tag. Hello? Okay, I guess they're just not gonna open that door for me, so I have to go around.
How's Taylor?
Stable. Should be walking soon enough. Samuels is with her now.
Okay.
You managed to get transit up and running, so I guess we're even.
Where's Ricardo?
Prepping our next move. Look, I'm busy. I've got Marlowe in the cells, the lowlife who showed up with your flight recorder.
Where's Marlowe's ship? The Anisadora.
He put it in a parking orbit around the gas giant. Son of a bitch won't give us the command codes to let us bring it in on auto. Maybe you can get more out of the unhelpful bastard. Go talk to him.
Oh, Yeah, Arthurian Legend. If you have read the stories by, I don't know how to pronounce his name because I've never heard it said. Christian, it's French, so I probably half the syllables are secretly silent. Christian de Troyes. Christian. It's a very medieval name. I presume is
Marlo?
Like Christian.
Who wants to know?
But
My
Christian.
name's Ripley. I'm with the company.
Hold on.
Here for your empty box already? You guys are keen, I'll give you that.
I'm here for personal reasons. My mother was on the Nostromo when it went missing 15 years ago.
You serious? Shit. Well. Shit. We never found her ship, Ripley. Just the recorder.
But you sure as hell found something else. What happened out there?
I need a way out of here, Ripley. Maybe we can make a deal.
Just start talking. I want to know everything.
We're going back in time. Anyways, Christian de Troyes, the guy who wrote down, can we go? Some Arthurian...
You get me, Lewis?
A little fuzzy, Marlo, but you're coming through.
Let's take it slow. I want to get to that beacon in one piece.
If you're looking for a peace Foster, I've got something for you right here.
I'd need scanning equipment to find it, Heist.
Okay, enough already. Focus on what we're here for. I don't want any mistakes.
I'll continue the narration when we're done this whole cutscene.
There you are. Foster, Meeks, keep your eyes open.
Roger.
Okay, I'm spinning in place to see what they're talking about. Maybe a little arrow jumps up. Okay. Yeah. I'm stuck on a rock. We are on LV, I think it's 47. I can crouch. We don't need to, huh?
Lewis, have you managed to decode the signal yet?
Negative. Can't tell what it is.
That's good. If it's a mystery, then it's unknown. If it's unknown, then it could be valuable.
This could be our biggest haul, Marlo.
Could be.
Let me just see how specific it is. Okay. Can you guys walk a bit faster? You're in my way. Gosh. Anyways, Christian de Troyes, whose name I might be pronouncing, sorry, medieval guy, wrote down 4 Arthurian legends. He did not invent them. Oral tradition is longer than written down crap. Including the first written that we know of story of Sir Lancelot and Queen Guinevere.
Check out those rock formations. Bizarre.
They've been weathered by the climate conditions. It's just their natural state.
Ain't nothing natural about this place.
What rocks are you looking at?
I'll have a look around. See if I can find a weak spot. Wait here.
Can I have a flashlight? Maybe the rocks form a giant rib cage or something. I don't know. There's some crap. Anyways, this guy wrote down a story involving Sir Lancelot, and it's actually my favorite of them, simply because Sir Lancelot is like the only knight in any of these stories of his.
Gonna need a lift. Heist, over here. Give me a leg up.
That like, am I Heist? I'm Marlo, I thought. reverse. Press E. I did press E.
I found a path. Checking it out. Then you wait some more.
Alright. Man says. I like this one better than the other ones because Sir Lancelot is like the only one of these knights who actually shows any basic morality. You know all the ideas that knights were chivalrous and good people? No, they just like murder people for fun.
Lolo, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. It was a close one, though. Don't think I'll be able to get back the way I came.
Just watch yourself, you hear me?
But the whole point of me bringing this up is that I like the story, but it's got some weird fucking like continuity breaks that just don't make any fucking sense. And actually, like, there's actual scholars who study Arthurian Legend, and their explanation for this random ass shit that doesn't make any sense, like, we are told that, I think it's Gawain, this all has a point, I promise. Sir Gawain is walking while he's riding his horse along a road.
Stay put. I think I found something.
How do you think you found something, and how do they see you? We just keep walking. Sir Gawain's walking along with his horse, and then a knight comes up. We're just pretending we don't know it's Sir Lancelot for a reason. Not going that way. And the knight, the mysterious.
There's a fissure in the rock. Stand back. I'm gonna blow it.
We could just walk. You could just walk through there, but all right, we'll just blow shit up. I'm guessing he just really wanted to use a fucking bomb. It's a mysterious knight. I'm backing up further, man. Can't make me stop that. Let's get rid of this. LMB while holding. Mysterious knight says, "Hey, there's danger up ahead. Can I borrow your horse? I need it, like a life or death situation." And Gawain's like, "Okay, sure, here you go." And then,
Don't do that to me again.
Let's get going. Follow me.
Could they really not have just walked through there? Alright, whatever. I'll just trust in the process. And then Sir Gawain walks like 5 minutes more. Not like hours, not a day or anything, just like 5 minutes. And then he comes upon the scene of a huge battle. And also the horse is dead, I'm pretty sure. And there's a bunch of dead people, and it's clear that a huge battle has taken place. Like, it was only like 5 minutes ago that he just gave this guy his horse. So he's managed to walk in 5 minutes what should have taken him like half a day, because it's like very far away when you're on horseback and he's on foot, and this doesn't make any fucking sense. And there's like a few instances of this in the story. Am I going the right way or am I going backwards? We're doing the thing where it doesn't let me move the camera again. Yeah, let's go backwards. Do I have a map? Nope. Boo. So, yeah, this is just a random continuity break that doesn't make sense. And you know what makes this make sense? Because we were told at the start of the story that Crescent de Troyes was just transcribing this story as dictated to him by some countess lady, because it was one of her favorite stories and she wanted it written down. So, the reason this story, completely out of character for the rest of the stories written by this man, has just these gaping plot holes and continuity breaks that don't make sense. You don't give somebody your horse and then 5 minutes
over
later,
here. Give me a leg up.
we're doing it again. Even no, we just decided this was a bad idea, didn't we, guys? So we're just doing it again. You don't give somebody your horse, and then they ride off at full speed, and then 5 minutes later, you find a scene of a battle that was far enough away for you to hear nothing of it, among other things. And you only get a book with this stuff in it from an author who knows how to do basic shit. If the person telling him the story is forgetting these details and is messing up these details, this is a symptom of just retelling a story and missing crucial parts in the telling, so that you end up with an inferior story, objectively inferior, because you missed out on all this important shit, man. You missed out on like a whole journey through the woods on foot, and now it doesn't make any sense, and it's just really weirdly paced. We're gonna continue finding the source of the signal, and then we're all gonna die. Why am I bringing this up, you ask? Because that's exactly what is going on with the Murderbot Diaries. Martha Wells read the superior original story that inspired the retelling, which in this case is the Imperial Ratch and also the Alien franchise. You can, if you read the Imperial Ratch after you've read the Murderbot Diaries, or vice versa, you will know what I'm talking about. You'll know. There are so many key features of the story and the world building and the characterization that Martha Wells is ripping off of and doing it badly, because there's no such thing as completely original stories. Anything you think up, somebody's done it before, and it's like totally fine. But like the thing here is that she wants the aesthetics of all of the things. She wants the aesthetics, the anti-capitalist aesthetic of the Alien franchise. She wants the aesthetic of so many things in the Imperial Ratch, but she doesn't want the substance, and she doesn't even understand the substance. She read a book series where we start talking about gender within the first few pages, about how gender is a social construct you can't tell just from looking at people, and biological essentialism is bad and also doesn't fucking work, and came away deciding, yeah, we can tell everybody's gender just from looking. Explicitly, nobody will ever list their pronouns in their bio because they just list their sex, because gender is biologically inbuilt. You can tell just from looking by magic, because she's a bigot. So she's literally incapable of doing the fucking story that she's trying to mimic any justice, and so we end up with an inferior retelling. We get
something big.
And they stop talking. We get Gawain walk in 5 minutes to discover a battle that had to have taken place hours away and would have been fought over the course of hours, because as the Arthurian scholar sarcastically notes, Arthurian battles are not known for being quick affairs. So we get the Murderbot Diaries, where everybody's gender is based entirely upon what genitals they have. So if they don't have any genitals at all, like all of the robots...
Careful with what you touch. I don't want anything damaged.
It's amazing. How old must
They're
this
talking.
be?
What is it? A cockpit?
And make this a ship.
I think we found our payload.
Hey, quiet!
What? You think we're gonna wake him? Hey, sorry, pal.
Can it? We're wasting time. Have a look around.
It's a life form.
No shit.
It was a life form. Now it's our property.
Ooh, I can
Salvage
climb up
rights.
this.
We need to stake our claim before anyone else does.
And Isadora is not prepared for something this big.
Then we'll take what we can and come back. Have a look around, see what else is here.
Harlow, we found something. Tracks.
Tracks?
Looks like something was dragged. But that's not all. We're not gonna like this.
What is it?
The tracks lead here.
Same name that's on the flight recorder.
Nostromo. Someone's already been here.
Maybe they abandoned ship and landed here.
I can see that. Shit.
Well, if they were here before us, why is there no record of this place?
Well, if they're still alive, there goes our salvage.
Let's find out. I'll find the beacon and shut it off. Don't want anybody else finding this place. Foster, Heist, check out the cavern below.
What is this? I've never seen anything like it.
It's not human, I'm telling you that.
Yeah, it's giant. I want to see if they say anything interesting. Probably not. So we end up, we have the Imperial Ratch. Are those the eggs? Are you kneeling on the eggs? Or just dirt? Pipes. Maybe tails. Who knows? I'm not sure if this is helpful anymore. Yep. Gotta very slowly walk over here unless it'll let me sprint. Yep. We're just gonna be so slow. So slow. Yeah. The Imperial Ratch, which actually has cyborg characters, and here it's actually complicated whether or not Wreck is a cyborg. I'm not even going to tell you why. You can read it and find out. Unlike the Murderbot Diaries, where Martha Wells has revealed that they are in fact all cyborgs. She just didn't like the connotations of cyborgs fighting for fucking equal rights. So instead, oh, here's our winch, which is a terrible idea. Yeah, she didn't want, hey guys, we found this hole, can we go down? I don't want to just like fall in there. I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Can I have a map yet? Yeah, she went out of her way to avoid using the word cyborg, even though she knows that is the correct word. Because A, she does this a lot. She really wants... There's a light over here. I presume it's calling me in this direction to that. Probably. No, you're just kneeling. You find something interesting, man? While we very slowly walk around. This guy's been waiting over here to give me a leg up. Should have said something, man. Just start talking like a Fallout 4 NPC, saying, "Let's go!" Where was I at? Let's check the thingy. Okay, yeah. Okay, we have one of the phones recording this time because the freaking computer keeps fucking up the recordings and deleting the audio. So we have the phone recording it. It has an auto transcript feature, which is fantastic.
Meeks, I found the beacon. I'm gonna check it out.
That seems so dangerous. How are you alive, Marlo? Look at this. And who put this shit here? Because nobody... let's go. Shut down beacon. Yeah, let's just reach our hands into this thing. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong. Who turned this on?
But the beacon stopped broadcasting.
Marlo, you have got to see this. It's amazing.
On my way.
Return to the winch. Yeah. Let me check. I said, oh yeah. She does this all the time. She will be writing a story, fantasy, sci-fi, doesn't really matter, with already established terms that don't require explanation. And then she decides she doesn't want to use those terms that everybody's already familiar with because she wants to seem special and clever. But then she also doesn't give the necessary explanations so that the new term makes sense, which means that she just ends up purposefully confusing people and thinks that doing so means she's clever instead of just objectively being bad at writing, because you're, as I've said multiple times, your job as the author, literally your one job, is to clearly communicate the story. If you are failing to communicate with your audience,
this place just keeps on giving. Here, strap yourself in.
If you refuse to communicate clearly with your audience, that's your failing as an author. You don't then get to blame your audience for being confused when you are going out of your way to confuse them on purpose because you think it makes you smart. Stephen Moffat does this as well. There's so many authors that do crap like this. If you are trying to purposefully confuse your audience, and not because you're trying to write a story that purposefully just fucks with your mind, like a psychological thriller or something like that, you're just trying to confuse your audience because you think it makes you smart. You're just a bad fucking writer. Your job, literally, is to communicate clearly with your audience.
Over here!
Watch the drop!
And Martha Wells doesn't chillax. Well, we are gonna end this cutscene by dying. I like the mist. It's very cool. Blue mist just enveloping the eggs. I wonder what that does, because none of the other eggs ever seem to require anything specific. So I wonder what this does for them, or maybe to them. Maybe they're not supposed to be down here. Oh, we are ending the cutscene, I guess. Okay, so we are done now, that cutscene. There's probably gonna continue to be talking.
I want to know more. Everything. Where's your ship? If we can break the comms lockdown, what are the codes to bring it in on auto?
If you want more, then you need to get me out of here.
Not happening, Marlowe.
Is that right? Well, you know where I am.
Wait. My board in the tech spire just lit up like a Christmas tree. It's here.
Plan B. Set it up.
Whatever's happening, I want in.
Okay, this way. Got something here you'll need.
Okay, and I'm gonna save the game and let my laptop go to sleep for a while because it's getting hot again. Because apparently, after finishing whatever sentence I'm on, what was the sentence? But no, I will just I will read this stupid fine. Martha Wells always goes out of her way to use brand new made-up terms for no reason, except that she thinks it makes her clever when it is objectively making her writing worse, because she's making it confusing on purpose, and then if you express this confusion to her, instead of just explaining the made-up terms that she is using, or just using existing words wrongly, and she never explains it properly within the story to make it make sense, she will just insult you and call you stupid and completely just lie about what it is you're confused about to pretend that you're the bad guy because you asked her to clarify something in her writing that she made confusing on purpose. Nobody who wants to tell a very clear story is going to insist upon calling cyborgs constructs, human bot constructs, instead of just fucking saying cyborg, if she means cyborg, which she has apparently meant cyborg this entire goddamn time. Or would just say robot, android. Like, she literally just has refused to actually use basic, explicit, fucking clear language. Established terminology, even in reference, to just make it clear what is going on in her setting. And she does this all the time. If you've read Wolf Knight, which is exemplary, she uses the word chimera out of nowhere with no explanation, no forewarning or anything. No follow-up. She's just using it as a weird-ass fucking synonym for an illusion spell. Like an illusion spell that you cast as a message to other people. And it's also, this story is really fucking weirdly racist towards Native American people. And uses the W word, the name for the spirit that has been appropriated to hell and back, and just uses that, and it's just fucking racist about it, and it's just so badly written. And she's also just using the word chimera with no explanation, and just using it to mean an illusion spell, and it just disrupts the whole story, because it literally disrupts the flow of the story, because you have to literally like stop and go, wait, what? A chimera? What are you fucking talking about? What does that fucking mean? Because we don't get an explanation. We are left to fucking piece it together ourselves, and it's not given any appropriate context to let us figure this out. I am reading Astounding Stories of Super Science. I think I'm on June 1932, maybe? Reading a story by Roman Frederick Starzl called If the Sun Died, and it is set in the years like 62,000 some AD, something like that. They consider it 48 something thousand AD. Anyways, this provides just basic shit for us, because we don't get explicitly told that this thing is an intoxicant, but through the way this word is used, Merclite, MERCLITE, the way it is this brand new word, not an existing word that we have to be confused by, it's used in a way that makes it very clear. It is an intoxicant. We are told that people are overdoing on the chewing of Merclite, so they're stumbling around and have hangovers and shit like that. This is providing necessary context for us to figure out that Merclite is some kind of intoxicant that the people living in the center of the earth in the year 68 something thousand AD chew on instead of drinking beer, because they don't have beer, because they live in the center of the earth and they don't have sunlight and they don't have any of that shit necessary to make beer. So instead of that, they chew Merclite. And we don't this is done properly, because we have already been introduced to this world. We've gotten explanations for what's going on. We've been given context for what kind of society this is. So when we're told that people are chewing Merclite to embarrassing levels, so that they're just embarrassing themselves and stumbling around and all drunk on it, we don't need any further explanation. It's an intoxicant. It's like beer. It gets you drunk. It makes you high. It makes you act like a dumbass. But Martha Wells doesn't ever do shit like this. Like in Wolf Knight, we just have the word chimera thrown in without any warning beforehand or any context offered to make it clear what the fuck this word is being misused for. Because if you are taking an established word with an established meaning and suddenly using it in a way it's not meant to be used and is not commonly used, you're gonna have to justify that And the very basic way to do that is just provide us some goddamn context. I'm not going to read the sentence because I don't feel like having to open my phone and go find it, but you can read it free online. It's a website. Lone Star Stories, I think, or maybe that was a different one. I'll stop walking in circles and I'll just stand here. It's just thrown into a sentence with no explanation, no context, nothing, which disrupts you reading the whole story, and just it's bad. It would have been so easy to fix it, to make it not literally like break your brain mid-sentence where you go, wait, hold on, what the fuck, back up, what did she just say, what is happening now? Why is there a chimera being mentioned? There's no fucking chimera on this goddamn road. All she would have had to do was, when the character sees the super scary native man that was scary, is just have the character think something along the lines of, he couldn't do any magic himself, but he knew he'd studied a few forms of it, and blah 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 blah, was going to have to assume that this was an illusion class spell, maybe a chimera, blah 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 blah, explain what the fuck a chimera is, explain that it's a goddamn illusion spell that's meant to be triggered only if you're, and can only be seen if you're looking at it from a specific direction or something like that. Like, just basic storytelling basics. Just give us the goddamn understanding. It's so simple. It's not difficult. But she doesn't do it. And she does this with the books of the Raksura too. There's not a single goddamn person who has ever read the books of the Raksura the first time through without talking to all the people who've already decided on what it means after spending years reading them over and over again and discussing it amongst themselves at length. Because the standum tries to claim it's not confusing at all because they've been in referendum about it for years and have all had to painstakingly figure it out amongst themselves. And now, years later, they've decided it's not confusing, even though none of them had any fucking clue. Hey, Taylor? She's asleep. Martha Wells does this in the books of the Raksura. She introduces, that is fucking epic. Look at that goddamn spacesuit. I love that. That is the coolest fucking spacesuit I've ever seen. I'm taking a picture of it with my phone because I took a screenshot, but I will forget about it. Look at that. Look at that. That's so fucking cool. I love it. She introduces so many fucking brand new concepts and terms in the books of the Raksura, and then half of them are completely redundant and are literally just wasting your damn brain space trying to figure them out. Hold on, pause this while we go to the computer. I don't care. You can just read through that if you want to pause the video. It's just a thingy. Some kind of parasite. Audio.
Wait, it's Dr. Lingard. I've just examined a patient with, well, I've never seen anything like it. It's some kind of unknown parasite. I did a quick check on the name they gave me, and there's no one registered under it at Sevastopol. I think she came on board recently. Do you know anything about this? I have no idea what Sinclair and his men were doing, but this should have been picked up during quarantine. Who knows what else they've let through? The patient and her captain are waiting for me in the examination room. Get down here now.
Okay. Yeah,
Wait, it's Dr. Lingard.
Wait, no, I didn't mean to push it twice.
A patient with, well, I've never seen anything like it. Some kind of unknown parasite. I did a quick check on the name they gave me, and there's no one registered under it at Sevastopol. I think she came on board recently. Do you know anything about this? I have no idea what Sinclair and his men were doing, but this should have been picked up during quarantine. Who knows what else they've let through? The patient and her captain are waiting for me in the examination room. Get down here now.
Okay. She introduces so many terms in the books of the Raksura, and so many of them are redundant. And there's so many things she gives you to juggle at once in your mind while you are reading this book series. There's so many fucking characters whose names you have to memorize, and like most of them are not important at all. There are so many brand new terms and concepts that you are forced to try and memorize, and most of them are also completely redundant, so you don't need to memorize them at all, but you still try, which makes memorizing the shit that's actually relevant all but impossible, especially because none of it ever gets properly explained in any way. And then when people have told Martha Wells it's confusing, she decides that it's actually not the fact that she never properly explained a single thing and introduced and literally just dumps it all on you without any explanation or time to adjust and figure things one out at a time. No, she decides that what you're really confused about is that the characters are polyamorous and don't know the concept of monogamy. That's her reaction to people pointing out that it's really fucking hard to understand what is going on with these people's culture, because there's so many completely useless and redundant terms we have to memorize, and none of it ever gets a clear explanation. And she decides, actually, you're not confused about that. What you're confused about, pretending to be confused about, is polyamory. It's like she's literally saying, no, I didn't write anything confusing at all. You're just a bigot for a thing that has nothing to do with the confusing things. And like after she says that, she'll like reveal and like say like so many publishers didn't want to take the books of the Raksura because they didn't like it and thought it was confusing. And it's like, yeah, because you wrote it confusing. You never explain anything. Ever. First trap gone. Waits, we're trapped down. The creature set off explosives we set in the habitation tower, and I'm hearing reports of damage to the space flight terminal docks. I don't think we put a dent in it. There's activity in San Cristobal, so maybe it's gone back. Find a way over to the SciMed Tower Transit. Hope to God the sensors in medical reception are still online. And again, with the Murderbot Diaries. You know, see how that's called SciMed Tower? Yeah, it's Martha Wells trying to mimic crap from this. That's why there's so many obnoxious names in especially book 1, where she's just smashing together things like security unit and turning it into sec unit and all of that crap. You know what I'm talking about if you've read All Systems Red. Scroll down. I'm not actually reading that. Can I go back? Whoop. No audio, nothing else. She doesn't explain anything. And then she gets mad when people are confused and decides that it's actually your fault that you don't understand the things that she didn't explain. Because she never wants to accept any criticism of her writing. If you criticize her writing for anything, it means you're just bad at reading, and it's your own fault. You don't understand, and you're probably also a bigot to polyamorous people, even though that's not the thing that is confusing. Also, the polyamorous characters in her story aren't actually like queer. It's literally just built into their biology that they're polyamorous. So it's like it's just another biological fucking default. They are their species equivalent of cis and straight and monogamous. Queer people of this species would be monogamous, because that would be the opposite of what is demanded by their biology and considered normal. Am I just failing to go through appropriate doors? No, I do have to save. Wait, I did save. Okay, yeah. My laptop is hot. So, yep, I'm just ending the video now. Bye-bye.